thought that was a gorgeous film. I thought it was gorgeous. I thought Patrick Bateman, who also voice acted in The Boy in Heron, he did a wonderful job. Wait, Patrick Bateman? No, that's not his name.
What's his name?
That's the character's name in American Psycho. Wait, Christian Bale! I would have just... Hi, welcome back to another Operation Tomato Meter episode, and today we've been put back into the clay.
As you can tell, I'm Wren.
And I'm Angeline.
And this is Operation Tomato Meter.
Today we're discussing Studio Ghibli's newest hit film,
The Boy and the Heron.
So, what were your initial thoughts? Initial socks.
So, I accidentally watched this movie at 10:30 at night without the English dub. So, and I wasn't planning on doing that, but I'm glad I got to watch it the way it was intended to be watched.
Did you have subtitles on?
I did have subtitles,
okay.
But it was 10 at night.
Okay.
I was tired. I didn't want to read the subtitles. So sometimes I didn't, and I just took in the visuals. Which, the visuals, breathtaking. I think this is definitely one of his best animated ones. But comparing it to Spirited Away, to Ponyo, I didn't like it as much as those ones.
Yeah, I have to say I agree. I mean, I haven't really watched a lot of Studio Ghibli films before, but I feel like the story, it was almost like there was an inside joke that I wasn't a part of.
Exactly! Maybe it's because we're Americans. We're just not, we can't go in depth like that, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, people, I was looking at some comments on Letterboxd. People were their lives were changed from it, and I was like, maybe I just don't relate.
No, I feel like it's people want to understand it, because I wanted to understand it so bad too, and I think it's everybody wants to be a part of the inside joke, but I think I've watched some reviews, and I've read the synopsis after, because I was like, what am I watching? But it just seems like a super personal thing to Miyazaki, and maybe it's supposed to be that. It's supposed to be his kind of his cryptic little diary experience. It's kind of because the reviews I watched, it's they take in a lot of things. There's this represents this figure in Miyazaki's life. I feel like you need to know Miyazaki as a person in order to understand this film.
In which case, anyone else watching it, stop trying to understand it.
Yeah, I think you'd appreciate it.
You'd appreciate it more if you didn't try and understand what was going on in the story. I have to say, I really did enjoy all of the movie up to when he met the heron, which is when he met the heron, I still thought it was breathtaking, but I got lost, and maybe because it was really late at night and I didn't want to read the subtitles, I just kind of zoned out, but just looking at the visuals, so, and that's okay. Maybe that's the point.
I agree, fully, but it was also, as you said before, the visuals are fantastic. I don't think they're ever gonna disappoint in that.
It's very wacky.
I like it. It's kind of absurdist, super,
different from the rest of his
but it's definitely, I hate this word because I feel like it's misused so much, but unhinged, a little more unhinged, right? I think it's a little more wild. I think it's a little more almost authentically and raw, Miyazaki, which I can appreciate it, but I can't super understand what's happening.
And don't just watch it for Robert Pattinson. Watch it for
That's
the
crazy.
movie.
I don't understand why people were like, oh my god, Robert Pattinson's in it, and he's this
literally.
And I was just like,
the heron was terrifying, by the way.
I know.
Talk about that.
But I kind of liked it.
But terrifying. It's supposed to be terrifying.
Yeah.
That's the metaphor. So. Okay, so it recently won the Golden Globe for Best Animation of the Year. A lot of people were saying that Across the Spider-Verse was robbed, which I do think that Across the Spider-Verse, the animation was more impactful to the field, because Ghibli, this is they've done this before. They've been doing this for decades at this point, and Across the Spider-Verse, they took 3D animation and totally experimented with it.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm not mad that it won.
Yeah, I'm kind of it was to be expected. I think the Ghibli fan base has expanded so
big.
much.
And this is their
super
first
big.
one. This is Ghibli's first one.
So
I'm okay with it.
That's almost
good. That's good.
Speaking of Ghibli's other films, how do you think it compares?
I love all the I say Ghibli. I don't know what's correct. People like to discuss this, but okay. I have loved all the Ghibli films. My favorite, personally, just because of nostalgic reasons, is Kiki's Delivery Service. But I do really enjoy Ponyo. My first one was Totoro. I love Totoro. What else? I still have to. What's the Firefly one? I have to watch that one still. That's the one I haven't seen.
I want to watch the cat one.
The Cat Returns.
I haven't
so
watched it.
Also Arrietty, underrated. Definitely watch that one. But this one, you can definitely tell whether one of their movies will like do well in American theaters or whether they won't. Like Spirited Away, very fast pace, also nice visuals, but this movie is a little slower. Like there are moments to pause and like they're just landscapes, and I feel like just our American palate doesn't, or at least mine, I can't appreciate it. I'm like, come on, let's keep going. I don't know, maybe that's just because of the movie taste.
I kind of know what you mean by like, compared to his other movies, like there wasn't as much of like a story to follow. Like you weren't sure like what was happening. It was, but you could feel that it was super like emotional.
There was a lot going on. It was just,
but you definitely felt the emotion. You just weren't sure like
it was emotion.
It was
through
sentimental.
A different form.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. It definitely like the only other. I'm not such a Studio Ghibli fanatic like you are, but I have watched Howl's Moving Castle, and I thought that was a gorgeous film. I thought it was gorgeous. I thought Patrick Bateman, who also voice acted in The Boy and the Heron, he did a wonderful job. Wait, Patrick Bateman? No, that's not his name.
What's his name?
That's the character's name in American Psycho. Wait, Christian Bale.
I would have just, I don't know.
Christian Bale. He voice acted in this one, and smooth, supple, gorgeous voice, perfect for the role. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so it was a stacked cast.
It was a super stacked cast. It was like a return.
Hamill.
Did you recognize all of the references in Florence Pugh? That was crazy. I thought that was crazy. She's a superstar. She's rising.
She's in everything right now. Oppenheimer.
The classic.
Yeah.
Florence Pugh, the pout.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Don't worry, darling, and Little Woman. Wait, what were you gonna?
I just think that like, did you get all the references in The Boy and the Heron? Because I saw people pointing them out.
Definitely no. I definitely no. I know that this is like a story. It was a story before, right? But I knew nothing about it, so I was coming in with fresh eyes. No.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I think I didn't notice them either, but then I watched a couple of videos after, and they are definitely pointing them out. And I think this is, if it is Miyazaki's final film, it's a
great final film.
Goodbye.
It's definitely,
it hits hard, and it's like, it's, you know,
they pulled out all the stops,
encapsulating all these like the elements from all the rest of the films too. It's
the little creatures. I forgot what they were called.
Like all wrapped together, like that makes sense. But I hear he's not retiring, so
who knows? We'll see in a few years, I guess.
I think that's really fun. I think
he's so funny. He just loves what he does.
And
that's so cute of him.
Yeah, I think that the entire movie, the lens that I agree with most is that it's like a metaphor for his creative process. Like the stork, like bringing him away to the other world. Like it's a metaphor for him. Like,
I see. Most of his films involve like otherworldly interaction. At least Spirited Away, like, you know.
This is almost
actually
like,
they all do, I think.
Magic realism.
Magical realism.
Right? Like, I think, like, all his films have, like, it's, like, super real, but it's also, like, you know, and then something wacky happens, and you're like, huh, is this real, or is this a dream?
I mean, it starts off very real. Like, he lost his mother in war, I believe, and, like, he's trauma. He hits himself with a rock. Like, that was a crazy scene. Yeah. I really enjoyed that part of the movie where it was more down to earth. I enjoyed all of it, but I do want to watch it again.
With the English
dub because I feel like I'll appreciate it more. Mm-hmm. And I've just noticed on other, like, Ghibli films, when you watch it, when you read the subtitles while listening to the English dub, it's, like, completely different. Oh, so I just want to see, maybe I just didn't understand, like, it's not that, I mean, yeah, but I do want to see it again. What would you rate it?
85.
Okay,
86.
interesting.
87.
Whoa. Okay, I was gonna go with a 68.
Whoa.
I loved it, but I love other Ghibli films more, and I expected to, I don't know, I feel like I have to watch it again before I rate it, but, like, first watch 68, but I think it could go up. I just have to appreciate it more. Appreciate it for what it is, not what I think it is.
I'm afraid of, like, rating it low.
There are so many people who loved it, and I understand.
I just think that, like, it's a great movie. Like, I was never bored. Like, you could, I think that's, you know,
I'm a little bored.
Okay, well, I think the worst movies are the ones where, like, you get, like, bored in the middle, like, and you don't even, you're, like, checking your watch.
Sure.
I'm not. I wasn't. I was engaged throughout the movie. I was just, like, I wanted to, like, notice, like, because yeah, I was confused, but it only made me want to understand the movie more, so I was, like, looking more closely at things, but compared to his other films, which are more, like, slice of life, I feel like this is a lot more, like, I don't know. I'm not sure what the exact word is to describe it, but I think I'll do the same. I think I'll also
rewatch it, and then we'll come back and actually rate it.
But for now, I think you've convinced me. I think my rating has dropped.
There's room to grow. If Miyazaki ever makes another film,
he is.
Okay, well.
I saw Joe Hisashi. Joe Hisashi did it again.
Music?
Joe Hisashi did it again.
We'll listen to it when I study.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah.
I think that I'm dropping my rating to 83.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright.
Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to our sister podcast, the 27. It's finally getting started, so make sure you go and watch that. Follow us on the Instagram at The Classic and on TikTok at The Classic.
Townsend Harris. Classic.
Classic.
Alright. See you next week.
Thank you so much.
Bye.